want to talk to you about some estate planning tips. Not having your estate in order can be a burden to your loved ones if you pass. Back last summer, my father-in-law passed away unexpectedly, and he did not have a legal will. He ended up passing quickly enough that we were not able to get one processed. So more things had to end up going through probate. Now, a will still has to go through probate, but it enables the administration of your estate to go smoother. Probate is actually, the definition of that is the official proving of a will. Now, we have no idea when we're going to pass, so having things in order is very important. If we have things in place, our loved ones are not, if you would, hunting for Waldo, so to speak. You don't want your loved ones having no idea where things are at and what companies you have insurance with, investments, and bank accounts. We ended up definitely learning some lessons as a result of my father-in-law's unexpected passing. Now, I want to go over and discuss some basic estate planning tips. One, have a will in place. If you have an estate planning attorney that you're friends with or you know and you can trust, then reach out to them. I do not care how basic the will is, at least get one in place. You can go to places like Staples, buy a template to do a will. You can go online and use a will creating service. At the very least, write one down, date it, and if possible, have a witness or two witness it. There's basically no excuses to at least not have a basic written will. So that's number one. Number two, do you have somebody authorized to act for you legally if you become incapacitated? Do you have a power of attorney and a financial power of attorney? In our situation, it was a scramble to get a POA in place, but at least it was able to happen. Number three, do you have a durable power of attorney for health care decisions or a living will? In other words, how do you want your body treated if your health suddenly fails? Do you want to be put on a feeding tube? These are not things we like to think about. I understand. Number four, please don't hide monies in your home or anywhere else. If your house burns or if you die unexpectedly without telling someone, then those monies can be potentially lost forever. My father-in-law's health was quickly fading, and he happened to think about some monies he had hidden, and he told my brother-in-law about it, and those monies were able to be located. But had he not remembered that, the buyer of a lot of the estate stuff might have wound up with it, or some lucky individual that bought a box of junk. So please don't do that. Now, if you have a safe, also make sure you tell your executor of your will what that combination is. But it's certainly good to have a safe and have things of that nature in a safe spot where somebody knows where it's at. Number five, beneficiaries. Make sure you have beneficiaries on everything that you can. Life insurance, IRAs, brokerage accounts, bank accounts, and even checking accounts. And divide them the way you want them divided before you pass. Do not leave one individual your assets and expect them to divide things up after you pass. You may think your children get along great, but crazy things can happen when large amounts of assets are involved. And from a tax standpoint, leaving everything to one individual and then having them divide it up may be a bad idea as well. Now, when beneficiaries are in place, those assets bypass probate. A transfer on death is also a way of putting a beneficiary on your bank accounts, checking accounts, and in some states, you can even put a TOD on a vehicle. So basically anything you can do to make the process easier, it's a great idea. When an asset can transfer directly to your loved ones without involving probate, then that is a better process. Number six, lists. You should have multiple lists in a safe or in a safe place. You could have, number one, a list of people and organizations to be notified if you pass. Two, a list of all loans and mortgages. Three, a list of all credit cards. Four, a list of all bank accounts. Five, a list of all investments. Six, a list of all insurance policies. Seven, a list of any home care service providers such as pest control, lawn mowing, etc. Number eight, a list of utility and service providers. 9, an informational list regarding your burial plot or prepaid funeral. 10, a list of emails, passwords, social media accounts with their passwords. Your loved ones will not be able to shut down your social media if they do not have your password. And also any other lists that could be important to you. Maybe you have multiple safe deposit boxes. I do not know, but if you do, make a list. Number 7, pet care. Make sure you have addressed the care and ownership of your pets in your will. Number 8, trusts. At the end of the day, there are multiple types of trusts. While there are different types, they do act similar. The grantor establishes the trust and specifies how the assets in the trust should be managed and transferred to the beneficiaries upon their death. Now, a trust may or may not be right for you. That is something you need to consult an attorney about. A trust can be beneficial for distributing assets, and an irrevocable trust can be beneficial for protecting some assets from a Medicaid spin down. Now, I say certain assets because IRAs, 401ks, etc. cannot be placed into an irrevocable trust. Number 9, simplify your accounts where possible. Don't use more banks than necessary. Consolidate your investments with maybe 1 or 2 custodians. The more spread out things are, the harder it will be on your loved ones. Now, this is not meant to be a complete comprehensive list, but it should get you thinking about whether or not you have your estate in order. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the retirement quiz if you have time, and check out our next video.